you're going to feel about this video, but by the end of it, it's definitely going to leave some room for discussion. I have a few questions myself, but let's take this journey together and see what we can come up with. I would love to know what you think about this one. This is a good one. I didn't know about this one. Shout out to um, the young lady who gave such an eloquent presentation, very thought provoking. It stopped me long enough to sit and watch it for the last 10 minutes or so, and I figured why not share this with the general public. I would love to hear your view on it. I've always been fascinated with trying to figure out personally if what the government is presenting and telling us was the truth, because they lie about damn near everything, just about everything. So you really don't know what to believe and what not to believe. This could be a bait video. Maybe you know something that I don't, which is why we are here, because I would love to get some feedback on this one in particular. She sounded very convincing. So I don't know. You be the judge. Let's jump into it.
We not finna do is play with God's word. Now, if God said he laid the earth on its foundations and put a firmament over us, then that's exactly what he did. See, in the Bible, God told Isaiah the difference between a ball and a circle. God knew exactly what wordplay he was using in the Bible to describe the earth. In the Bible, God also speaks about the four corners of the earth. A ball does not have corners, but a flat surface do. Now, when I say four corners of the earth, this is what I mean. The same way that man made a compass, a circle compass, and put north, east, south, and west, I'm speaking of exactly that. God also says in the Bible that he set a compass upon the face of the earth. Now, remember when I said that God made the earth as a compass? Okay, so let's talk about it. Now, the compass only recognizes north. North always points towards the center. Hint, the North Pole. Any other direction is only based off the direction of north. How could a compass point south on a globe if they are saying that south is downwards? East and west are curved lines that constantly readjust to align with north. So y'all question is, how come when I'm flying in a plane, I end up in the same place I came from? Well, that only happens with east and west. So if you say that you circled the whole world and ended up in the same place, that's because you were going east and west. But let me tell you something. Traveling south is a whole different ballgame. See, because south is any direction leaving the center.
Like for real.
See, because if you begin to head south,
when
you will the Antarctica ice wall.
On these social media spaces and you do videos like this and you go through all of the editing and you put all this energy and effort into really trying to paint this diagram of what you believe to be true. I wonder if folks really believe that, or is just another way of trying to force people into believing something that is not true. One of the reasons why I wanted to react to this particular video was because there's too many people putting out information that is not accurate whatsoever. And then you have folks going with your bull without doing their own research. This has been something that's been going in conversational circles for generations. Is the world flat? Is it a circle? Is it a sphere? Would we fall off the earth? Blah blah blah. And she's giving you this whole dissertation about this, that, and the third. But I would really like to know, where's the concrete evidence? I mean, I'm seeing all of your statistics and everything that you're putting up here. First of all, uh, the nose ring and just the necklace, in terms of presentation, I'm not going to sit here and judge and say, well, just because you have piercings and you got on this chain with the letters on it, signifying something that has absolutely nothing to me to do with anything that you preaching here. But what's up? Well, what's up? Now, personally, do I believe the Earth is flat or round? I've never really considered either or to be true or false. I'm never going to go from one end to the other. The only one that could give me that answer is the Creator Himself. Let's continue.
South, you will never end up back at the same place. See, because there's a reason they won't allow y'all to travel south and end up at the ice wall. Like, bruh, come on. Even the compass don't want you traveling south. That's why it always points back to north, telling you to turn around every time you start to travel south. See, because if you decide to keep going and get past that ice wall, you will realize there is, in fact, a firmament over us, keeping anyone from leaving this earth. We couldn't be living in a globe if we wanted to. See, water has to be contained. They say that the earth is 71% water, so that by itself would be impossible. And I know y'all probably be wondering, where do rainbows come from? Now, scientists will tell you they self, to make a rainbow, you need water, light, and a mirror. See, when God said He created the firmament, He spreaded it out like a molten looking glass. See, them big rainbows that you see is proof that we live underneath the firmament. It's the sunlight reflecting off of the firmament to remind us of His promise to never flood the earth again. See, God said He set the earth on its foundations so that it should never be moved. But scientists are saying that we are spinning and moving 1,040 miles per hour. And in 1927, we had no idea what the earth looked like, but created this picture. Now, all of a sudden, in 1997, they go see the earth and it looked exactly like that picture? No. Now, do y'all know who this man is? Probably not. But this is Richard E. Byrd. He was one of the first to discover Antarctica. In 1928. See, he found evidence of the flat earth with the firmament over us. Even in his diaries and writings, he said it. See, he traveled all the way to the four corners of the earth. See, and when he found this discovery, what did our government do? They all went down to Antarctica 3 years later to claim a piece of it and to keep the truth hidden from us. That's why the Antarctica ice wall today is just like Area 51. Nobody could go there. Why is that? Are they hiding the truth? See, because that's what it seems like. Because that's what it is.
I'm not saying she's a liar. I'm not saying that any of the information that she was given is inaccurate. What I am saying is we don't know unless we dig for ourselves. And it's funny This video got over 2 million views on it and over 100,000 likes and comments on it. Y'all can check the joint out for yourself if you want to. I would highly advise you to, was just for your own peace of mind, if that's something that you care about. Honestly, me personally, these type of videos should be broadcasted only for the purposes of debunking false narratives that's put out there on a regular basis, trying to make it one thing when it could be something completely different, something more sinister. Everything is not as black and white as it would like to be. I'm still remaining neutral here, but of course I'm skeptical. I gotta be skeptical. I mean, I'm sorry.
See, and they just keep telling y'all all these lies, and y'all just get brainwashed by it. They tell y'all they fly to the moon. See, because my question is, how you gonna fly to the moon when God said he made two great lights, the greater light to rule the day and the lesser light to rule the night? Meaning that the moon and the sun ain't even solid objects. They're luminary. You can't just go up there and land on it. Like, come on, bro. Everybody know that landing was fake. The flag up there waving. You could see a shadow on the moon. Y'all talking about the stars as outer space, but in the videos and in the pictures, there's no stars in space. See, because y'all gonna have to do more than that to convince me. Because in Romans 3 and 4, God said, let Yah be the truth and every man a liar. But I know y'all gonna ask me, Anaya, how do sunsets work if the earth is flat? See, in Job 9 and 7, God says, who commands the sun and it does not rise? See, on y'all's globe earth, y'all believe that the sun is setting and rising, but in reality, it's all just about perspective. For example, have y'all ever heard of a vanishing point? See, because in reality, the sun and the moon are not setting and rising. They are rotating. See, because the farther that is getting away from us to rotate around the earth, it's seeming as if it's going down. And the closer that is getting from making its way back around to us, it seems as if it's rising. It's all due to perspective from where we're at.
I'm not a rocket scientist, but even I knew that part. Like, come on, man. The Earth definitely rotates. Where does this information come from? I know everybody got their thing about the Bible being reworded, but where does all of the information come from? Like, we didn't just magically pop up on planet Earth and then all of the words and all of the information and the math and biology and chemistry just magically just appeared. You know what I'm saying? Like,
Okay, so y'all like, yeah, and I mean, that sound good, but how do seasons work then? See, what I need y'all to know is that the sun and the moon are actually closer than what they are telling y'all. The sun and the moon are inside the firmament with us. See, electromagnetism actually perfectly explains how the sun and the moon rotates on Earth. See, the sun and the moon are not rock or gas. They're light sources. Now, these light sources are in the shape of a disc that rotate the Earth like a clock, but in a coil-like spiral, dictating the seasons and the climate as it goes. See, now, when the sun is beyond the equator ring, the northern hemisphere experiences summer, and the southern hemisphere experiences winter. Inversely, when below the equator ring, the southern hemisphere will experience summer, and the northern hemisphere will experience winter. They got y'all thinking that there's life beyond the Earth. There is no space. There is no other planets out there. God says he sits at the top of the firmament. Those planets that y'all are seeing in those telescopes, those are called wandering stars. All of these are light sources. They are not solid objects. All right, Anaya, so how does a solar eclipse work on a flat Earth?
I'm sorry, but I've seen other planets, not like no Star Trek, Deep Space Nine type shit. I've seen other planets besides the moon, like rarely. It's probably been maybe twice in my lifetime where I've seen a neighboring planet above the Earth. So that right there is to me false. I can't get with just you saying that the only planets that exist are the moon and Earth. I can't jack that one. I know my eyesight isn't the greatest, but I know what I saw, and there's absolutely other planets besides the moon. This this is what I'm saying. These a lot of these folks, man, they probably got the best intentions, but they just as lost as the next person with a lot of their ideologies, man. That should be really tripping me out.
And why can't we see stars during an eclipse of the sun and the moon? See, God says in eclipses, the sun will be turned to darkness and the moon to blood before the coming of the great and glorious days of the Lord. As so, see, a solar eclipse happens when the sun and the moon decides to rotate over each other. As so, okay, so why can't we see stars during a solar eclipse? See, God says immediately after the distress of those days, the sun will be darkened and the moon will not give its light. The stars will fall from the sky and the heavenly bodies will be shaken. So why can't you see stars during a solar eclipse? His word tells you everything you need to know. There is nothing outside the firmament that they know of because they can't get past the firmament. God tells us he placed water above the firmament. All these people didn't have the same vision for no reason. There was many times that they have snitched on themselves, saying that they never been outside the earth, saying that there's nowhere to go, saying that they never been to the moon for real. They even be putting the truth into the cartoons. They are steady trying to break the firmament. They trying to nuke the firmament, sending rockets up there to break the firmament. They trying everything in their power. And as a matter of fact, my next
Yeah, I'll be the judge of this. Let me know what you think about what she said here. I don't even know where to go with this, to be honest with you. Yes, there's a firmament. Are they trying to break through the firmament? Have they really been to space? There's so many conspiracy theories that surround stuff like this, man. You don't know what to really go off of. Maybe you don't really care, but I think it's important to know about. Let's disprove or prove it once and for all. I would just love to just settle it. Maybe it's just not for us to understand. Y'all let me know what y'all think about that in the comment section.